George,
What?
if you had 3 wishes, what would you wish?
I'd wish for 3 more of these.
Very romantic, are you? I mean, don't you ever just, want to get up and go?
I would if I drunk 3 more of these, yeah.
Travel.
Oh, travel, yeah. I'd like to travel, yeah.
Where do you want to travel to, then?
Well, I'll give you a clue.
Yeah.
What is big and warm and friendly?
Hey?
What is big and warm and friendly?
You a missus, you mean, or what?
Australia.
Australia. Oh, that's right. That would be nice. That really would be nice. Do you believe wishes come true, then?
No.
Nice to try, though, isn't it? George?
Sid, you still got 2 wishes left. Yeah. You better get us some thinner underwear.
Hey? Some more beer?
Yes, I'll have a mouthful.
Oh, sorry, I only brought you a pint. What is the difference between a pint and a litre?
That's what I say. What's the difference? They got an extermination here at the pub tonight.
What do you mean, extermination?
Well, they're going to stay open an hour after they shut.
That won't bother me. I'm off down to Pig and Whistle.
Oh, I've never been down there. How far is that?
Well, it's about 4 miles, but if you hurry, you can do it in 2. What's that letter you've been reading?
That's a letter from my girlfriend, that is.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, there's no writing on it.
No, we're not speaking.
My girlfriend's got a job down the museum.
Oh, yeah?
Do you know there's a set of dinosaurs' bones in the museum which are 2 million years old and 3 months?
How do you make that out?
Well, she's been there 3 months and they were 2 million years old when she started.
Here, have you seen them 2 skeletons down by the door in that museum?
Yeah.
The big one's Nelson, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who's the little one?
That's Nelson when he was a small boy. Oh, this beer's terrible, you know. I'll be glad when I've had enough. Oh, I'll be better off drinking milk.
Oh, don't want to drink milk. Don't want to drink milk. Milk very dangerous,
What?
you know. My brother died drinking milk.
Really? How?
The cow fell on him. My other brother, he died of women and drink.
Did he? How was that?
Couldn't get either, so he shot himself.
Hey, what's the time?
I don't know, I haven't got a watch.
Oh, I have.
What are you asking me the time for when you got your watch on your wrist there?
Well, I don't want to wear it out. Keep looking at it.
Has it got a guarantee, that watch?
No, but the man in the shop was very nice. He said if ever I had any trouble with it, all I've got to do is phone him up and he'd tell me what time it is.
I had trouble with my budgie last week.
Trouble? What kind of trouble?
It drowned.
Oh, dear. I told you not to keep it in that goldfish bowl. You should kept it in the bird cage like everyone else.
I did, didn't I? But the water kept running out.
My dog died, you know.
Well, when was that, then?
Well, if he'd lived till tomorrow, he'd be dead a fortnight. You know, I've had that dog since a week before he was born.
How can you have a dog a week before he's born?
He was born a week early.
My sister had a baby this week.
Girl or a boy?
Oh, she's a girl. Boys can't have babies.
Now, I mean, mean, was the baby a girl or a boy?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, so you don't know whether you're a uncle or a aunt then, do you? What are you going to buy it for a christening present,
Well,
then?
I'm going to buy it a pram.
Oh, yeah?
New pram. I'm going to buy it on the new hire purchase scheme.
What's that?
100% down and nothing a week. Oh, you know, when I was born, I only weighed 2.5 pounds, you know?
Oh, that's terrible, that is. Did you live?
Oh, yeah. You should see me now.
Here, I'll tell you something. I've got 200 more bones in my body than you have.
How is that?
I had a kipper for me breakfast.
We've had 10 pints here.
Yeah.
Shall we go down and have one at the Swan?
No, I can't wait. I'm going to have one behind the bushes. What ho, Bagley? How you diddling, you dirty devil?
Fair to middling, old Spennymoor.
Oh, middling diddling. That's nice, isn't it? Yes, good.
Yeah. Tell me, who is the lovely...
I, on the other hand, find that things are getting on top of me.
Oh, me too.
Are they getting on top of you at all? No, sir. We haven't met.
No, oh, I'm sorry. This is Annika from Finland.
Hello. How nice to meet you.
G'day, how are you?
She's an interpreter. Go and get something. Yeah, that's it. Be careful.
Forgive my asking.
But go easy on the garlic bread, won't you? Oh, dear, yes, yes.
Go easy on the garlic bread.
Yes, yes.
That's a bit of a giveaway.
Well, you know what they say. A moment in the mouth and a lifetime on the breath.
Right. Tell me, are, you know...
What?
You and Annika.
What?
Are you, close?
Are you close?
No, I mean, are you, as it were, both?
Both?
Both. Are you... Are you
Together.
together?
Together.
No, together. Are you linked? Linked. Are you linked like that? No, you know, are you and Annika, you know, is she with you?
No. I know, she's up there, and I'm down here, you see. She's just dipping a cigarette in the avocado dip by the look of it.
No, sorry, you're not with me.
Yes, I'm with you, but she's up there and she's...
No, you're not grasping the point.
Oh, sorry, what is the point I'm supposed to be grasping?
Well, I'm saying you and Annika.
Yes.
Are you, you know... Are you a couple?
Couple of what?
I mean, are you... You know, are you... Are you going round?
No, I feel fine. I've only had 2.
No, look, not to put too fine a point of it. Mm-hmm. Trying to explain it in words of less than 1 syllable.
Yes.
Are you and Annika... Are you walking out?
No, we just got here. Give the party a jump.
I mean, are you shacked up?
Shacked up what?
Look, what I'm trying to say is, Annika and you are obviously, you know,
yes,
I would have thought, knowing and seeing the twinkle, and I would say that you are, you know, possibly, you know, even more than that, and, oh dear, do I have to draw a diagram?
Well, I think it might help in this case, yes.
At the end of this party,
yes,
you will leave this party.
Oh, yes.
With Annika.
Yes.
Yes, you will.
Oh, yes.
And you'll go home in the same direction.
Yes.
With Annika,
yes,
to the same house.
Yes.
You'll go through the front door.
Yes.
You will go up the stairs.
Oh, yes.
At the top of the stairs,
yes,
you will turn in the same direction.
Yes, well, you have to, otherwise you fall out the window.
Then you will go through a door together.
Oh, no.
No, why not? Why not?
No, we take turns to go into the bathroom.
After the bathroom, you will go into the bedroom.
Oh, yes.
Then you'll sort of, what will you, climb on top of the bed?
Well, we might.
What do you mean you might?
Well, all right, then we will.
Yes,
in this case, just to please you, yes.
Yes. Hello, Annika. And then you will, hello. And then you will extend an arm, perhaps?
No.
No? Why not?
No. I shall go straight to sleep.
Straight to sleep?
Yes.
Oh, I don't believe that for a minute.
No, I will. As soon as my head touches the pillow, I go straight to sleep.
You mean you won't, you don't, with all the possibility, with all the, I mean, you're not going, you don't, why not?
Well, I'm like you. I don't know what you call it either.
Oh, dear. Another one.
Yes. And this time I've had enough. This time they are not getting it back.
Quite right, dear.
Fell right on my dahlias.
Could we have the ball back?
No.
Sorry?
No, you cannot have the ball back.
But England are playing.
Then England will have to stop playing, won't they?
But it's a test match, you know, with top international players.
Top international and very careless players.
We're playing Australia.
Well, that would account for it.
Look, Mr. Thompson...
Oh! Oh, you know who I am, do you?
Oh, yes, we all know who you are. That's why they sent me across for the ball, you know. They thought if they sent one of their star players...
Oh, I see. So you're one of their star players, are you, Sonny? And was it you who hit this ball into my dahlias?
No, that was Ian Botham.
Ian Botham. And who, pray, is Ian Botham?
Oh, Ian Botham's one of our best players. Star player. Playing wonderfully at the moment. I mean, he hit this magnificent drive straight back over the bowler's head, 6 all the way.
You mean to say that this Mr. Botham intended to hit this ball into my dahlias?
Well, not exactly, you know. He just wanted to hit it hard, you know.
Well, then he's very silly, isn't he?
Well, that's the idea of the game, you see.
Then it's a very silly idea, isn't it? Isn't it, young man?
Yes.
Yes. Very silly idea and a very silly game.
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Thompson.
Yes, Mr. Thompson.
And this Mr. Botham, why did he send you to get the ball? Could he not come himself? Bit of a weed, is he?
Oh, no, he's just rather tense, on edge, you see, you know. He's 98.
Well, then he's old enough to know better.
Yes, I shall tell him.
Yes, do.
Yes.
And advise him in future simply to pat the ball gently. That way he'll have much more fun and he won't upset people.
Right, I will, yes. Now, do you think I could have the ball now?
That ball, Sonny, has damaged my garden.
Well, you'll have an official apology from England.
Official apologies, butter no parsnips. That ball, on the other hand, has certainly battered my parsnips. It's quite good, isn't it? What are you laughing at?
No, I wasn't. No. Now, could I have the ball, do you think?
I'm waiting for one little word.
Sorry?
No.
Sorry, please.
Please, Mr. Thompson, may we have the ball back that we so foolishly and harmfully hit into your garden?
Please, Mr. Thompson, may we have the ball back, which we so foolishly and...
Harmfully?
Harmfully, hit into your garden.
But be warned, if you should hit this ball into my garden once more, I shall confiscate it permanently. Then you and your Mr. Botham will have to find something more useful to do on Saturday afternoons.
Yes, I'll tell him.
You're too soft on them, Gerald. You should have kept it.
I know, my dear, but quite frankly, where would we have kept it?
I say, Humphrey,
What is it, Godfrey?
who was that terrible ugly woman you were with today?
That was my sister.
Oh, of course, I should have noticed the resemblance. Just got married, hasn't she?
Yes. And do you know, she's married a man whom people invariably take an instant dislike to.
Why is that, do you think?
It saves time. They've just moved to Cheltenham, you know. She loves Cheltenham. She says in Cheltenham, breeding is everything.
Yes, well, we enjoy it in Kensington as well, but we also have other interests.
The funny thing is, although he's a bully, an idler, and a drunk, she intends to have 17 children by him.
Good grief, why on earth does she want to do that?
Well, she says she's hoping to lose him in the crowd.
in the 21st century. What will it be like? Well, we in the government have got together various economic forecasters with their crystal balls, and one or two with glass eyes, to look into the future. Now, over the next 20 years, high technology will gradually replace natural manpower in all walks of life. Now, here, for example, is the new microchip Richie Benno. Very simple to operate, and as you can see, much more animated. And, of course, by reversing the current, it becomes Liberace. Lovely, isn't it? In your shops now. The new generation of metallic performers will, of course, replace the wooden ones currently in use on Neighbours. All actors will have to be oiled before going on stage, or in the case of Oliver Reed, well-oiled. The advent of cable and satellite TV will give you a much wider range of television programs. By the year 2000, you will be able to choose from 567 different channels using this handy remote control device. There we are. Different channels, of course, will cater for the interests of different specialist groups, and, of course, ABC will continue to provide its own unrivaled programs of minority interest. Such as 101 Things to Do If You're Laid Up in Bed with John Michael Howson. Which brings us naturally to sport. In the next 20 years, we'll see some interesting developments. Here are two of them. This is the sportswoman of the future. I wonder if you can guess what she's good at. That's right, sliding down a rope without using her hands or feet. Don't try it if you get heartburn, madam. Now, it is also estimated that come the year 2010, Australia won't have a cricket team. So, no change there. Personal recreation, well, research shows that by the end of the century, sex will be replaced by snooker. As man's favourite pastime, that is. This won't make a great deal of difference, although some men will need a longer rest. Others will need a longer vest, but what about the elderly? 85-year-old Mr. Arthur Cretis of Wonalla writes as follows. When is the government going to stop ignoring the old age pensioner? Next. The environment. What will be left of Australia's green belt? Well, here is a bird's eye view. Sorry, that's a bird's eye pea. I'm awfully sorry. Yes. Ah, there it is, you see. Now, all that will be left of our unspoiled countryside will be this 25-acre golf course here in my back garden in Melbourne, where trespassers will be shot, but only if they're in season. Now, there will also be great strides forward in our space program. Already plans are underway to fire a game show host into outer space to make sure it's safe for a monkey. But it's not all good news, no. What can we expect from Medicare? Well, due to stringent new medical standards, no one will be admitted into hospital unless they're 100% fit. This will unfortunately lead to slight delays in treatment. Migraine sufferers will have to put up with a little pain in the head, and lumbago sufferers will have to put up with a little pain in the back. Hemorrhoid sufferers will receive a visit from John McEnroe. Finally, what changes will there be in the government itself? Well, politics will become much more commercialised, and by the end of the century, we could see Houses of Parliament sponsored by Andrew's liver salts. This will greatly speed up the passing of amendments. Parliament will be dissolved every 4 hours in a glass of water. Office conditions throughout Canberra will be vastly improved. It's estimated that 6 out of every 10 civil servants will have their own polished mahogany desk. And 4 out of 10 will have a secretary on top of that. All these civil servants by then will, of course, be replaced by clockwork models, so their secretaries will each be issued with one of these keys. And that just about winds it up. Or if it doesn't, you may need a bigger key. Good night.
They told me when I left the jailhouse, now try to go straight if you can. Now I'm doing fine. on a straight line, working for the railroad man. Oh Lord, working for the railroad man. Instead of tracks for the railroad, 'cause steam means speed and power. So I'm doing my best and I'm traveling west about 15 feet an hour. Oh Lord, 15 feet an hour. Oh, I crouched all night laying track down, and the wind in my back made me choke. And I felt that the bottom had fell out of my life till I found that my braces had broke. Oh Lord, I found that my braces had broke. Somebody stole my hammer, but I still gotta earn my bread. And life ain't so grand when you're standing on your hands and driving into rivets with your head. Whoa. Driving into rivets with your head. There's a curve in the track up yonder. I think it's the beginning of the end. I've tried going straight, but sad to relate, I think I'm going round the bend, oh Lord. I think I'm going round the bend.
Do you think that marriage is a lottery?
No. In a lottery, you do have a slight chance.
But you like women, don't you, eh?
Oh, yeah. Just give me my pipe and the great outdoors and a beautiful girl, and you can keep the pipe and the great outdoors. Still, that ain't nothing to do with marriage, is it? That's just the opposite sex.
The what?
You know what the opposite sex is, don't you?
Yeah, it's that tart who lives across the road.
Yeah, talking of which, my sister-in-law has just had quads.
Oh, that's pretty rare, isn't it?
Yeah, rare, oh, certainly is, yes. Doctor says it only happens once in 1,600,000 times.
Blimey. So when has she ever found time to do the housework?
Ladies and gentlemen, Louise Johnson and Stephen Laylor.
Boy! Come back here!
Yes? Mr. Putis?
Yes?
Mr. Patsy Peregrine Putis of Putis, Piston and Parsons, bespoke taxidermist to the gentry.
I have that honour, sir. What can I do for you?
Detective Inspector Glib of the Metropolitan Police. I have been sent here to interview you regarding certain complaints. And I think you know what I'm talking about.
I have no idea to what you refer, sir.
Let us not beat about the bush, then. It is alleged that on the 13th of January of this year you did, in your capacity as a licensed taxidermist, stuff a creature that was not in fact dead. Namely, Mr. George Arthur Henshaw, of 5 Newbury Terrace, Peckham. It is further alleged that on the same date you did willfully and maliciously stuff his wife, Mrs. Hetty Henshaw, their 2 sons, Malcolm and Dennis, their next-door neighbour who'd come round for a Tupperware party, the relief milkman, 2 parking inspectors, and the local Avon representative.
Oh.
4 lollipop ladies, 3 ice cream vendors, Mr. Herbert Beswick of the Parks Department, 2 visiting rabbis, an encyclopedia salesman, and the Catford and District Salvation Army Band.
Yes?
Yes? What do you mean, yes?
Well, what's the problem?
What's the problem? What's the problem? You have willfully and maliciously stuffed 34 perfectly healthy people with a perfect right to live and an encyclopedia salesman. And you say, what is the problem? Have you any idea what effect premature stuffing can have on a person's career prospects? There aren't many vacancies for bank tellers these days. And that is not all.
I don't know what on earth you're talking about.
It is further alleged that you did stuff 3 members of the federal cabinet.
You can't prove that.
No, unfortunately we can't. But if we ever find out which 3 they are, we'll be in some trouble. Your sentence will be as stiff as your victim. Do you know what you can get for stuffing Mr. Joby Elkie Peterson?
The Queen's Award for Industry?
I don't think you're taking this too seriously. How would you like it if somebody came up and started ramming... Well, I mean, it just doesn't... Tell me, how do you do it? How do you do it?
I get a grant from the Arts Council.
The Arts Council, in its infinite wisdom, actually pays money for the practice of this barbaric exercise?
Look, it may just be stuffing people to you, Constable, but to me, it is a vital means of self-expression.
Self-expression?
Yes, for too long the art of taxidermy has been reviled by social constraints as a true aesthetic medium. I mean, what is the artistic challenge in stuffing dead animals all the time? I want to probe new areas. I want to move into the human existence, to capture the human essence in one bold, brash statement for perpetuity. All this is hack work for a man of my sensitive talents. I am a artist.
You're a flaming loony.
You look nice stuffed. You look nice in the Tate Gallery stuffed and mounted. The mounted policeman.
Sergeant Penders!
April Fool, George!
Oh, gotcha.
I had a bet with woman police constable Hodges. She said you'd never fall for it, and I knew damn well you would.
And you gave me all that duff information?
Yeah, thanks for setting him up, Perce.
Yeah, you really went for it to the end. Yeah. You were in there listening all the time.
That's right. Me and WPC Hodges in the lion skin.
Yeah, she's in the... What are you talking about, in the lion skin? What are you talking
That's
about?
her inside the lion skin.
No, I stuffed that lion this morning.
Oh, my God. Doris! Doris, speak to me!
April Fool's, Sergeant!
You know what you can do you? You can all
Don't say it. I might do it.
Thank you. Here is a very funny story which got very big laughs where I told it last year in Las Vegas. So I'd like to tell it again. I say Las Vegas, you know. Wasn't actually in Las Vegas. Sort of, you know, outside Las Vegas. Parramatta. Incidentally, I'd like to say that it hasn't changed me at all. Oh, no, it'd be very easy, just because I've now topped the bill at the Parramatta St. John's Women's Institute Go-Go dinner and breakdance and prawn supper to get all starry and big time, but that is just not my style, you know. I shall still be there. I shall be there in person next week when the Ronnie Corbett fan club holds its annual rally in Centennial Park. Or if wet, in a diving suit. By the way, before I go any further, I have promised to dedicate this joke tonight to our executive producer, very recently returned from Hong Kong, very, very distinguished, and a senior man here at Channel 9, and tipped by some to get a car parking space in Kerry Packer's birthday honours list. My goodness, there is a man who's come a long way since he started out in the business as a roadie for Tubby the Tuba. I remember vividly when I first met him at the old Windmill Theatre, you know, the Windmill? In those days, you know, striptease dancers were his bread and butter. Till his wife caught him in the middle of a sandwich and that. I met him for lunch today up in the Channel 9 canteen, you know, up in the Channel 9 self-service canteen. There was a bit of a hiatus, actually, to be honest. All the trays had come to a standstill due to a points failure at Gooseberry Crumble. And over by the bar, there was a bit of a celebration going on. In fact, I think some of the stage boys had got a bit carried away, because when I arrived, Patrice Newell was being dusted for fingerprints. Anyway, apparently, the grape was flowing because Brian Bury had just become a father. The baby was said to be fine with occasional drizzle later in the day. Which reminds me, if I may, a little wave, if I may, to my wife and the mother of my children. In case either of them is looking in. No, that's just a little joke to cheer her up. She's rather on edge tonight, my wife, because she has just finished writing her first ever romantic novel, due to be published tomorrow. An amazing achievement, really. No, you can say 800 sizzling pages of love, lust, and raw passion. Which started out as a note for the milkman. Last night we invited a few media people, you know, around for dinner, you know, the Monichis and what we invited them round to launch it. An evening which got off to a rather bad start when Jeannie Little wandered into the kitchen and the waste disposal unit went for her. And to be honest, I never wanted one of those things in the first place, but my wife is very fussy in the kitchen. I went in the other day and found a scarecrow on the seed cake. She is the only woman I know who puts a mud pack on a prune. However, she has been extremely good with our two daughters. Very good. And let's face it, the youngest one is at rather an awkward age at the moment, prone to ask some rather embarrassing questions, you know, like, what is a daddy long legs? And why didn't Mummy marry one and all that? However, I must tell you this joke now, which is about two chaps who one day decide to have rather an unusual bet. And talking of unusual bets, I was reminded of this joke the other day by a local vicar who had just been into the TAB to put a quadrella on the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. And he was telling me he'd be having a lot of trouble with his grumbling appendix, and it's strange enough, really, because when I went into hospital to have my appendix out, I had a terrible time of it. I was in one of those theatres, you know, with a gallery of medical students looking on. I was booed off halfway through the operation. Slow hand clap, you know. And cries of, bring back the tonsillectomy. I should have known. I should have known. I should never have gone there, really, because it was one of those rather trendy, you know, progressive hospitals. Silly. You know, if your child gets a saucepan stuck on its head, they send round 3 psychiatrists with saucepans on their head, you know, to relate the experience, you know. And if a patient's temperature is up, a Catholic priest with a megaphone tries to talk it down. I digress. We at last the story of these 2 chaps who one day go to the cinema to see a John Wayne film. Can't remember which one it was. I think it was the one where he played a cowboy. Anyway. one of those about how Dodge City got its name, you know, after being hit by a plague of seagulls. Before they go in, the first chap turns to his friend. He says, here, he says, I'll bet you $20 at the end of this film, John Wayne falls off his horse. And the other chap says, all right, he says, I'll bet you $20 at the end of the film, John Wayne doesn't fall off his horse. So the bet is agreed. In they go, and sure enough, at the end of the film, John Wayne, having cleaned up the West with one hand and anxious to get as far away as possible before Val Morgan comes on, leaps onto his trusty steed and splat falls off the horse right on his face in the mud. Out come the 2 chaps. First one pockets the $20. He said, here you are, he said. He said, I must be honest, he said. I've seen the film before. I knew he fell off the horse. The other chap says, well, he said, to be honest, I've seen it before as well. But I didn't think the bloody fool would do it again.
You know, the ladder of life is full of splinters, but you never realise it till you start sliding down.
Do you know that the only time you're allowed to spit in a policeman's face is when his beard's on fire?
What is that to do with sliding down life's ladder?
Well, my brother has slid down it, and he's got splinters to prove it. In his head. Dead. Splinters of a policeman's truncheon.
Because he spat in his face when his beard wasn't on fire.
Exactly. He's in prison now.
Bit of a slur on the family name, isn't it?
Well, not really. Family name is Pentridge anyway.
What's he in for then?
He was in prison for his beliefs.
Really?
Yeah. He believed the night watchman was asleep.
I first met Dick down a dirty duck, didn't I, Dick? Yeah. 2 musicians down on our luck, wasn't we, Dick? Yeah. We both sat down and had some beer. And he comes up with a great idea. We play in the street for the world to hear. Didn't you, Dick? Yeah. We soon became the best of chums, didn't we, Dick? Yeah. I played the piccolo, he played the drums, didn't you, Dick? Yeah. But that sounded off, so we knocked it on the head. And we formed a one-man band instead. The 2 of us, just me and Ted. Didn't we, Ted? Yeah. I go bang, he goes clang. I go squeak, and he goes twang. I go bump, he goes thump. I go crash, and he goes bump. I go whiz, he goes ting. I go bonk, and he goes ping. We're renowned throughout the land. We're the only 2-man, 1-man band. The barmaid's nice at the Dirty Duck, isn't she, Dick? Yeah. She gave us a kiss and she wished us luck, didn't she, Dick? Yeah. She said, as I'm always telling you, son, 2 at a time is better than 1. Twice the manpower, twice the fun, didn't she, Dick? Not off. I go, he goes, I go, and he goes. He sometimes, when we should go boom, when he goes, I leave the room. He goes, I go, and he goes. We're renowned throughout the land. We're the only 2-man, 1-man band. goes clang.
I go squeak, and he goes twang.
I go bump, he goes thump.
I go crash, and he goes frump.
I go whiz, he goes ting.
I go bonk, and he goes pink.
We're renowned throughout the land. We're the only two-man, one-man band.
Well, I'm afraid that's all we have time for this week. Next week, in our series on ambition, I shall be introducing a man who's absolutely bent on playing the trumpet, but a perfectly good husband and father the rest of the time.
And in a packed programme, I'll be meeting New Zealand's most depressed contortionist, who last week tried to bend it all.
We'll also be talking to Wally Trubshaw, the Adelaide man who last week sank whilst trying to cross the Pacific in a glass fibre doll's house. He said he never should have opened the door to the Jehovah's Witness.
And meeting Mafamwe Hughes, who was born on the 15th of the month, met her husband-to-be on the 15th, married on the 15th, and spent her 15-day honeymoon in room 15, and today ran off with the St Ives rugby union team. Until then, it's good night from me.
And it's good day from him. Good day.
Good day.